The Amish people, known for their simple way of life, have long been admired for their ability to live in harmony with nature and maintain customs that have been passed down for centuries. Their communities, often nestled in the rolling hills and fertile farmlands of rural America, are a testament to a way of living that values hard work, family, and a deep respect for the land. In a world that is constantly changing, the Amish have chosen to preserve not only their beliefs and language, but also the practical skills that have sustained them for generations. Among these skills is the art of food preservation, a cornerstone of Amish self-sufficiency. For generations, Amish families have carefully stored the bounty of their harvests, ensuring that nothing goes to waste and that their pantries remain full throughout the long winter months. Using time-honored methods, they transform fresh fruits, vegetables, and meats into preserved foods that can last for months or even years. This practice is not just about survival. It is a celebration of abundance, resourcefulness, and the wisdom of those who came before. One such method is the salt cave, a fascinating and effective technique that utilizes the natural preservative power of salt to keep meat safe to eat without the need for modern refrigeration. In this process, large cuts of meat are carefully packed in layers of salt, which draws out moisture and creates an environment where bacteria cannot thrive. The salt cave is often a cool, dark cellar, or a specially constructed underground chamber, where the temperature and humidity are just right for long-term storage. This method not only preserves the meat, but also imparts a unique flavor and texture that is prized by those who have tasted it. The knowledge of how to create and maintain a salt cave is passed down from one generation to the next, often taught by elders to children as they work side by side on the family farm. This tradition is more than just a set of instructions. It is a living connection to the past, a way for each new generation to honor their ancestors and ensure that these valuable skills are never lost. The process fosters a sense of community, as families and neighbors come together to share in the work and the rewards. In this essay, we will take a closer look at the Amish salt cave method, exploring each step in detail, from selecting the right cuts of meat and preparing the salt mixture, to monitoring the curing process, and finally enjoying the preserved food. We will also discuss the many benefits of this technique, such as its sustainability, cost-effectiveness, and the way it fosters a closer relationship with the food we eat. In a time when many people are seeking alternatives to industrial food systems, the Amish approach offers valuable lessons in resilience and self-reliance. For centuries, before the advent of refrigerators and freezers, people around the world relied on natural preservation techniques to keep their food safe and nutritious. Methods like salting, smoking, drying, and fermenting were essential for survival, especially in rural communities where access to fresh food was limited during certain times of the year. These techniques required patience, skill, and a deep understanding of the natural world, a knowledge that has largely faded in the age of convenience, but which still thrives in Amish communities. The Amish salt cave method is a living reminder of these time-tested practices, offering us a glimpse into a world where self-sufficiency, resourcefulness, and respect for tradition were not just ideals, but necessities. As we explore this remarkable technique, we are invited to reflect on our own relationship with food, community, and the wisdom of the past. Preserving meat without refrigeration is not just a practical necessity for the Amish. It is a deeply rooted tradition that has been passed down through generations. In a world where modern conveniences like freezers and refrigerators are taken for granted, the Amish have chosen a different path, one that emphasizes frugality, sustainability, and a profound respect for the resources provided by nature. Their approach to food preservation is a cornerstone of their simple living philosophy, reflecting a commitment to making the most of what they have and wasting as little as possible. By relying on salt, a natural, time-honored preservative, the Amish are able to keep meat safe to eat for months, even through the changing seasons. This method not only minimizes their dependence on electricity and modern technology, but also allows them to maintain a steady food supply throughout the year. The process of salting meat is both an art and a science, requiring careful attention to detail and a deep understanding of how salt interacts with food to prevent spoilage. It's a practice that brings families together, as each member plays a role in preparing, curing, and storing the meat. This practice aligns perfectly with the Amish core values of simplicity, self-reliance, and stewardship of the land. By growing and preserving their own food, they foster a sense of independence and resilience that is increasingly rare in today's fast-paced, technology-driven world. The act of preserving meat is more than just a chore. It is a meaningful ritual that connects the Amish to their heritage, to the rhythms of the seasons, and to the bounty of their own hard work. It's a way of life that honors the past while providing for the future. In a world increasingly reliant on technology and convenience, the Amish salt cave method stands as a powerful testament to the enduring wisdom of traditional practices. These cool, stone-lined storage spaces are carefully maintained to create the ideal environment for preserving meat, using nothing more than the natural properties of salt and the earth itself. The result is food that is not only safe and delicious, but also a symbol of resourcefulness and ingenuity. Ultimately, the Amish approach to meat preservation serves as a reminder that simple solutions can be incredibly effective, and that the skills of our ancestors still have much to teach us today. Preserving food is more than just a means of survival. It is a way to strengthen family bonds, honor tradition, and live in harmony with the natural world. In embracing these time-tested methods, the Amish show us that true sustainability begins with respect for the past and a commitment to living simply, thoughtfully, and with gratitude for every resource. The beauty of the Amish salt cave method lies in its simplicity. The primary ingredient, salt. This readily available mineral forms the foundation of the preservation process. Beyond salt, you'll need basic supplies: a container, typically a crock or wooden box, a cool dark storage area, and optionally curing spices to enhance flavor. The minimal equipment required makes this method accessible to anyone, regardless of their resources. It really underscores the fact that effective food preservation doesn't necessitate fancy gadgets or expensive equipment. The salt curing process is straightforward yet meticulous. First, generously rub salt into every nook and cranny of the meat, ensuring thorough coverage. Then, place the meat in the container, pressing it down firmly. Add more salt to completely cover the meat, creating a salt-encased environment. Seal the container and store it in a cool, dark location. Over time, the salt draws out moisture from the meat, inhibiting the growth of bacteria and promoting preservation. The duration of curing depends on the size and type of meat, but it typically takes several weeks to months. The effectiveness of the salt cave method stems from the science of osmosis. Salt creates a hypertonic environment around the meat, meaning it has a higher salt concentration than the meat itself. This causes water to move out of the meat and into the surrounding salt, dehydrating the meat and making it inhospitable to bacteria. Furthermore, salt disrupts the enzymatic reactions within the meat that contribute to spoilage. By inhibiting these reactions, salt extends the shelf life of the meat significantly. The Amish salt cave method offers a multitude of benefits. Firstly, it saves money by reducing reliance on electricity-guzzling refrigerators. Secondly, it promotes sustainability by minimizing food waste and utilizing a natural preservative. Thirdly, it fosters self-sufficiency by empowering individuals to preserve their own food. In a world facing environmental challenges and economic uncertainties, these benefits resonate deeply. The salt cave method reminds us that simple, time-tested solutions can be incredibly valuable in today's world. While the Amish salt cave method has its roots in tradition, its relevance extends far beyond Amish communities. Homesteaders, preppers, and those seeking to live more eco-consciously are rediscovering the value of this ancient practice. For homesteaders, it aligns with their desire for self-sufficiency and reliance on traditional skills. For preppers, it provides a reliable method for long-term food storage in case of emergencies. And for the eco-conscious, it offers a sustainable alternative to energy-intensive food preservation methods. The Amish salt cave method stands as a testament to the enduring wisdom of traditional food preservation techniques. For generations, communities like the Amish have relied on these time-honored methods, not just out of necessity, but out of a deep respect for the natural world and the resources it provides. The salt cave, with its cool, mineral-rich environment, offers a perfect setting for preserving meats and other foods without the need for electricity or modern technology. This approach is rooted in a profound understanding of how to work with nature rather than against it, harnessing the unique properties of salt to draw out moisture and prevent spoilage. In a world often obsessed with the latest technological advancements, it reminds us that simplicity, resourcefulness, and a connection to nature are invaluable assets. While modern conveniences have certainly made life easier in many ways, they can also distance us from the origins of our food and the skills that once sustained entire communities. The contrast between a high-tech kitchen and a humble salt cave is striking, yet it highlights the importance of balance, of not losing sight of the knowledge and practices that have stood the test of time. These traditional methods offer more than just nostalgia. They provide practical solutions for sustainability, food security, and self-reliance. By embracing these old-world practices, we can honor our past while navigating the challenges of the present and future. Learning from our ancestors doesn't mean rejecting progress. Rather, it means integrating the best of both worlds. When families gather to preserve food together, they're not just storing away sustenance for the winter. They're building bonds, sharing stories, and passing down invaluable skills to the next generation. These moments foster a sense of community and continuity, reminding us that we are part of a larger story that stretches back through time. The salt cave method is more than just a food preservation technique. It's a symbol of resilience, ingenuity, and a deep respect for the resources we have. It teaches us patience as the process unfolds slowly over weeks or months, and it encourages mindfulness about what we consume and how we care for our environment. In a rapidly changing world, these values are more important than ever. The act of preserving food in this way is a quiet form of resistance against waste and overconsumption, a reminder that sometimes the simplest solutions are also the most effective. By incorporating such practices into our lives, we can move towards a more sustainable and self-sufficient future. Whether you live in a rural area or a bustling city, there are lessons to be learned from the Amish salt cave method and other traditional techniques. They invite us to slow down, to appreciate the process, and to reconnect with the rhythms of nature. In doing so, we not only preserve food, but also preserve a way of life, one that values stewardship, community, and the enduring wisdom of those who came before us.